There's so many disappointments along the way to success, and you have to weather those storms. You have to embrace them, really. People let them really, let those negatives really get them down, but they don't realize that's the stuff that builds you up. That's the stuff that toughens you up, and that's the stuff that makes you more resilient and more malleable for different circumstances. I mean, I just did a big movie with a very big name Hollywood celebrity that I am not going to say his name, but I was so excited for the experience. I mean, I looked up to this guy. We all look up to this guy. And we started filming, and he was terrible. He was horrible. He was rude. He was like undermining my choices and my decisions creatively. And ultimately, he cut me out of parts of the movie. Cut me out of the big scene that I was supposed to be there. And I turned down another movie to do this movie. So that's insult to injury, to then work with somebody who should be your legend and takes you down a peg and disrespects you. So it was a reminder to me that there's a lot of ego and there's a lot of insecurity in Hollywood. Like, there's a lot, those two, they ride the same horse, and a lot of people are coasting off of that ego and suffering from that insecurity. And so there's one way to look at that, that is, I just lost and it sucks and I made the wrong decision and all of that. Or there's the other way, which is, now I'm braced for the next time someone tries to do that to me. Now I have the tools to which to confront them or bring the director and producer in. Now I have the ability to spot it at a distance when someone's gonna do that, so I can work my way around. Because, you know, as actors, we have to do a little song and dance sometimes to get the performance we want across when we have bad directors or something like that. So we just have to learn to maneuver in these circumstances where there are bad factors, you know, bad actors, literally, and we gotta pick and roll, you know, duck and dodge. So that taught me that, and I think I'm more resilient from it. I can name another one, which is one time I was testing for this pilot, and I had to sign some paperwork saying that I wouldn't talk about the pilot I was testing for. And then I found out that I was testing to replace someone, and that someone was a good friend of mine. So they wanted me to secretly try to steal my own buddy's job. That's some cold dirt, you know what I'm saying? And I had already signed the paperwork. So I was going in, I was testing. I couldn't tell my buddy who was already hired. He was in a magazine already. They were writing about him. I couldn't tell him, hey man, they want me to take your job. This network doesn't trust you, which is terrible and unfair. But lo and behold, later on, after it all was said and done, and some time had passed, me and that guy became close friends, and we shared our experience, his horrible experience with it, my experience with it, and we were able to become close collaborators and artists. And now we've done other projects together. We made a movie together, we're gonna make another project together. So it literally, that terrifying, like traumatizing experience for both of us birthed this friendship that now we collaborate and make new projects together. So you got to look at those L's as opportunities to turn into W's, because they will with enough time and reflection. To stay balanced, there's kind of like the more superficial things, like just like basic things, like, you know, only spend so much time on social media, or only spend so much time, you know, at work. Give yourself the things that you need to relax, and give yourself the things that you need to have a good balance, and check your mental health. Don't be afraid to do therapy. Don't be afraid to read a self-help book. Don't be afraid to pray. But also, I think for me, the big thing is I go back to mission. I just go back to, what is my mission in this? Why am I doing this? And for me, it was never about fame. It was never about making a lot of money. I mean, I was doing theater back in the day. I started in theater for 6, 8 years, not making money, but just believing in it. And so for me, it's about, what is the thing that I want to say? What are the stories I want to tell? What is the impact I want to have on the world that I think can be productive and beneficial? What wrongs can I help right? And when I'm in that mindset, I spend a lot of time writing, and I spend a lot of time focused and not distracted by too many things. And I mean, it's not a perfect system. Obviously, I get knocked off my course every once in a while, but it's easy to come back to center, because I know what I want out of all of this.